first started to play the fiddle, I was like any other kid. I didn't like to practice. It was hard work. After I started to make progress and heard that some nice things coming out of the instrument, I began to really love to play it. And within a year after that, I couldn't put it down. I was playing constantly. I was addicted to it. I remember when I was 16 going away on a retreat in high school, and I wasn't able to bring my violin with me, and for the first time there was a 3-day period in my life when I couldn't play, and when I got home I raced for the violin. There was a competition to qualify for the Fleadh in Ireland. The judge was Sean Keane, who was the fiddle player with the Chieftains, and I really didn't have much of an expectation that I would win anything. And I got up there and I played this jig, Rose in the Heather, and I played this reel, Boys at the Lock. And again, I just must have really risen to the occasion because I ended up getting first. The three main forms of Irish music, dance music, are the jig, the hornpipe, and the reel. A jig is what most people come to think of when they think of Irish music, and a jig is 6/8 rhythm. And so a typical simple jig would be... Now if you played it as written, it would be... But there's a connection between the phrasing and the slurring and the bowing. The hornpipe, which was actually an English dance tune, but very much taken up and made uniquely Irish as well, is 4/4, and there's a bit of a chop to it. Again, the eighth notes are not played the same. The downbeat eighth note, as in a jig, is a little longer. So. If you played that as written, it would be. So again, and a reel is just a speeded up version of that, I guess, in many ways. It's also 4/4. Here's a tune, a bit of a tune that was written by my teacher, Martin Wynn. And again, you can hear in that the phrasing is not even. The eighth notes are not all played the same way. The downbeat eighth notes are played with a little bit more emphasis, and then the eighth notes that are not on the downbeat are played with a little less emphasis. I've been out there playing now. I've been playing Irish music for 35 years, and I've established a reputation as a teacher. I've had some success with students. I've actually had some students go over and win the All-Ireland, and so I've been kept pretty busy teaching, and I love to do it. I first tried to teach my daughter Fiona, who's now 11. I started teaching her on and off, but seriously when she was about 9. And it was the one area that was always very stressful, always contentious. And I've spoken to other parents and come to realize you cannot teach your own child. My daughter was so much more responsive to somebody who was, well, not a stranger, a close friend of the family, but she just was so much more respectful and responsive of this person, this teacher, than she is with me. When she's with me, it's like, when is this going to be over, Dad? I want to go play games. Her head is never in it the way it is when she's learning from somebody else. It's very, very rare when you can actually teach your own child. One of the most rewarding aspects of being a prosecutor is that you're charged with doing the right thing. You prosecute only cases where you believe that the person charged committed the crime, and you're there to help victims, help people recover their money, help the taxpayer recover money if it's money that was stolen. You're part of a process that holds public officials accountable for what they do. It's a very worthwhile, noble profession. I'm very proud of it. I've long ago become part of what I identify with, and it's kind of ironic that I also identify with being an Irish fiddle player, a Sligo-style Irish fiddle player, because they couldn't be those two worlds could not possibly be further apart. Sometimes when I think about how old this music is, it really gives me cause to just, think just how incredible it is that I'm part of this fabric, this multi-generational conversation with the music, so to speak. That really has caused me to have a great respect for the music. And while I've put my own personality in the music and play the music differently than that generation did, I treat it with a very great deal of respect, and I insist that my students do the same.